Oh my gosh. I'm so out of breath. I'm glad they took me vitamins this morning. Yes, glad you took me vitamins. So this is why we've come to the Ostia now. This beautiful creature, which I will only hold temporarily. This is the olive ridley. This ancient creature has been moving through these waters and throughout the world for millions and millions of years. But it is here in Ostia now where they gather, not in ones and twos and threes, but thousands upon thousands of turtles at a time. And this happens when the moon is waning, as it's settling into the clouds and the water is dark and the beach is black. These animals come in navigating. And as with all the marine turtles, this great creature is an endangered species. We have permission to work with these animals, but only for a short window of time. So let's release her into the water. And keep in mind, our evening has just begun with these turtles and the Adibada. And to really experience the olive ridley, let's put her back, return to the mainland, and let that moon start its waning and see what we can see. And this is it. This is what the Adibada is all about. This is why we've traveled so far from the mountains to the coast here in the Ostinal region of Guanacaste. It is to experience this. This beautiful olive ridley turtle has hauled herself onto this beach. And what's amazing is that these flippers, these primitive limbs, which function as propellers in the water, are instruments of construction. She builds a perfect flask-like hole, just big enough for her tail to sneak in there, and her cloaca will dilate, and out will come the eggs. Now, she's just begun digging that hole, so let's move over to that nest, because it looks like that olive, she started to lay. Oh, wow. See, this one, she's dug her nest, okay? It's flipper length and depth. You can actually see the cloaca opening. And this is what it's all about. It is the production of this, a beautiful, perfectly round little orbit, ping pong ball-sized egg. And her belly contains approximately 100 of these eggs. The shell is soft, not a lot of calcium, more protein than calcium, thus to make a rubbery egg. So when it falls a good 12 inches from that dilated cloaca, it doesn't crack. It just bounces in there. It bounces in there with the rest of those eggs. And that egg is slimy. Scientists have now discovered that there are possible chemicals in this lubricant, which not only helps this creature give birth, but also decreases the chances of fungus invading these eggs. See, now she's using her front flippers as well to swirl that black sand in over her nest, concealing that little treasure she's buried. It's amazing to see them haul up here in this beach. They do it with their beaks plowing through the sand. Some scientists believe they're actually smelling. Ooh, excuse me, dear. They're actually smelling their way, trying to find the location with the lowest level of sodium or salt. Isn't that amazing? That concept that this reptile can smell salt by getting away from the salt, okay? She's getting away from the likelihood that her nest will be flooded by some great tide. Boom, 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 dun, 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 dun. She's taking her plastron and she's thumping it down. She's building a nice compact layer of earth over those eggs. And she'll pull that sand in. And when she leaves, hopefully with a little bit of wind, there'll be little evidence that she was here. What's amazing is that that thumping sound you hear, we can hear it thumping here. There's some thumping over there and there. Boom, boom, boom. This ancient rhythm sound, this percussion-like sound. But once this Adibada is in full force, it sounds like 1,000 drums. She's almost done. It's just taken about a half an hour. It only takes her a few minutes to bring herself up into this beach, excavate that hole, 10 or 15 minutes to put those eggs in, another 10 or 15 minutes to rebury the nest. And there she goes. Her work is finished. She has completed what the rest of these turtles have done, and the many other that make up the thousands that will come to this Adibada beach here in Ostinau. Great, exciting stuff. How's that for a $10 million view? Got that beautiful sun setting behind me. And I can't think of a better way for us to wrap up our expedition here in Costa Rica. As we traveled from the mountaintops down to the coast, from some of the largest venomous snakes in the world to some of the most poisonous frogs in the world, finally landing to witness the arrival, the first wave of the Adibada, the endangered but very beautiful olive ridley turtle. So, I think this is where you're going to stay, because I'm going to head that way. And I very much look forward to seeing you on our next adventure somewhere wonderful in this great wide world of ours. Come on, let's go.